We have a release date for Star Wars Outlaws. Also, I was able to interview the developers of the game. Stay tuned for that. What's up, guys? I'm Franky Boy. On this channel, I am covering everything regarding open world games such as Star Wars Outlaws, The Witcher or Assassin's Creed. And thank you so much for Ubisoft for letting me interview one of the developers. Yeah, I had the chance to watch this trailer beforehand and make an exclusive interview so we can talk about that. But first things first, let's skip to the very end of the trailer, and yeah, you can see available August 30, and you get these pre-order bonuses, the Castle Runner bonus pack. You can totally do so if you would like to. Yeah, so that's a great thing. August 30, let's talk about the date first. It's super interesting. Why is that? Because Assassin's Creed Codename Red was announced for this year as well, and leaks say, yeah, it's a November release. So August is like the last thing they could do to not be their own competitor. Because if you see, 2020 we had Watch Dogs Legion release and Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and yeah, Valhalla kind of killed Watch Dogs Legion itself. So Ubisoft was their own competitor, which is bad. Also, we have Elden Ring in June, and I think it's may have been the perfect date, like May the 4th, of course, but I think the game was not ready yet. So yeah, August might be a smart date because everyone is back from their summer holiday, at least in Germany, in my case, and people are like getting back to their consoles at home. Okay, before starting about talking about the interview, I think the trailer looks great. It doesn't really look true next gen, but it looks nice. I think it looks very playable and really interesting. We can see some details about gameplay, like like interacting with Nix, our little employee right there, using this speeder and exploring these vast open worlds. I love the look of the open worlds. We have many planets, and yeah, which planets? I asked about that in the interview as well. So my first question to the developers was, is the game's story official new lore to the Star Wars universe, or is it independent from the rest? And the developers answered yes, Star Wars Outlaws is part of the wider Star Wars galaxy, set between the events of Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back and Star Wars Return of the Jedi. So we got episode 5 and 6 as our benchmarks, and we are in between the vacuum where all these big clans could like grow. The Empire Striked Back already. They kind of won, and there's a big vacuum that these clans could use. So question number 2. When creating a Star Wars open world, there are many known planets that I would love to explore. On which planets will the main part of the game take part? And are there yet unknown planets we will see? So the answer to that question, planets, is we are proud to reveal that Canto Bight, we saw that I think in the opening scene, right? Canto Bight is there, Toshara, Tatooine of course, and I thought I saw Tatooine in a scene in this trailer, but it wasn't the fact. Actually, it was here at the end. You can see, of course, Jabba the Hutt, he's on Tatooine, and that monster that's eating you. I don't know how it's called in English. But yeah, we have some awesome open worlds as well that are super greenish, etc. I love that. Kind of reminds me of Jurassic Park or so. So we have Akiva and Kijimi. Those planets will be present in the game as core locations. So this also leaves room for not core locations. Let's quickly get back to Assassin's Creed Valhalla, where we were able to go to Vinland, which is not Finland, it's Vinland, it's Canada-like, and that was super interesting to meet First Nation there, and it might be the case for this game as well, to have some side explorations just as a little bonus to spice it up, or as a DLC, of course. So the answer continues. Being an open world game set in the Star Wars galaxy, there will be both familiar and new areas for players to discover, and even perhaps a few surprises across your journey. So this leaves a lot of room to think about. But yeah, let's see. My third question was, space battles seem to be very important for immersion in the game, at least from the first reveal trailer, which showed a lot of space content and space battles, like the gameplay reveal teaser. You've seen it, it's like 13 minutes. My question continued, will there be a customization system for the ship or ships if there are multiple? And they didn't answer on multiple ships. They said, yep, we have the Trailblazer, which is this ship right here. Answer, what we can say is that the Trailblazer is very significant to K, and it has a long storied history of previous owners, similar to the Millennium Falcon, of course, looking like trash but having a long history and maybe being better than it looks, like a supercar motor in an old, I don't know, Kia. I think there are no really old Kias, right? There's a pretty new brand. I'm not into cars. And Ubisoft says we'll have to share more about the Trailblazer in the future, so no answer on customization, etc. That's kind of sad, but it is what it is. Question number 4. A big part of the success of Ubisoft games is the open world formula. Will I be able to explore the open world hotspots like in Ubisoft titles, e.g. Avatar, Assassin's Creed, Valhalla, or Far Cry 3 to 6? And I meant like grinding and doing those activities in the open world. But yeah, they've been very vague when answering. The answer was the location in Star Wars Outlaws will be greatly varied both in terms of biomes but also across the range of experiences, from dense urban cities, wide open vistas and the world's wilds of space. You will also be able to transition between these varied experiences seamlessly. There will be different opportunities, narrative moments and gameplay experiences available in each distinct location. So yeah, of course, I knew that from the start. There will be multiple narrative opportunities like side quests, etc. That's like a normal thing, but no answer on those open world activities itself. But yeah, I think this will be there. It's still an Ubisoft open world title, and I can't imagine it without it. At least I'm hoping for it, because I kind of love grinding those spots, at least for some time. And I know some of you guys also like that. Now, these have been my questions, and we also cleared up the release date. I still, of course, have questions, and they didn't really answer everything and anything I wanted to know, but I can say, yeah, it looks kind of interesting. It looks kind of funny, AT-STs. Fighting those. As you can see, we have this robot on our side. He's not an antagonist, he's working with us, but I can totally see him getting a new chip and working against us. That would be like the most Ubisoft thing to do. Or yeah, we have Nyx, of course, our cute little employee of the month working with us. We have the Trailblazer here and some awesome looking planet, maybe Tatooine, I don't know. Yeah, we have the Star Destructor, is it called like that? In Germany, it's called Sternenzerstörer. And some loot. I'm super curious about the content because, yeah, we have those clans. They try to grow, they try to fight for their place in space. And that in combination with the Empire being really strict and Kay Vess, she's kind of in between, I guess, because she seems to be like a rogue character, maybe a little bit like Han Solo, not too sure. But I think that's what we're oriented on, because we have the Trailblazer ship with various pre-owners with a long history. We have the kind of criminal Kay Vess bot fighting for a good thing, and this reminds me of Han Solo in so many things. And yeah, you can see there has been Han Solo. We will not meet him, of course, because he's still in Carbonite, but we will see him at some place in Jabba the Hutt's palace, I guess. Yeah, and I love this open world. Well, this kind of reminds me of Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora. I'm curious if it's the same thing for you guys. But yeah, I can totally see that in this game. And this totally reminded me of Tatooine. It just looks so Star Wars. This is like 100% Star Wars to me. Like this city with the sun and the moons, everything. It's just perfect in this game. I'm a huge, in this screenshot, I'm a huge fan of Star Wars franchises, so I might not be objective right here. And as you guys knew, I was able to watch the trailer beforehand and ask some questions beforehand. But yeah, I'm hyping myself up, maybe a little too much right now. Let's stay critical when the game releases. I will give you guys a full review on that. I'm super sure I will have early access to that game and be able to talk about it with you guys early. So stay subscribed if you want to. I also do tips and tricks guides, so you also know how to get into that game and avoid some beginner mistakes, or so I can give you tips and etc. There will be paid early access as well, so I'm not a big fan of that as well, but it's back. Ubisoft kind of put it away. I don't know when they did that, in 2019 or 2020. So they removed the paid early access, and as far as I know, it's back right now. But we will see in the final postings. Yeah, we have the Castle Runner bonus pack looking okay. I'm not a big fan of microtransactions in single player games, but I sometimes test them for you, so you don't have to buy those because you don't need them at all. Yeah, that's Star Wars. I'm super curious what your thoughts are on the game. Check out this video. It might be something for you, but yeah, I made quite a few German Star Wars videos, but not too many in English. So check out this video. It might be on The Witcher or other content or that one. And I will speak to you in the next video. Thank you so much for tuning in, and goodbye.